Oh, look at that. Three
It's
minutes late.
yeah,
Three
yeah.
minutes late.
I'm trying something new here, so just chill out.
What are you trying?
Something with some lighting and holding the camera differently, so I don't have to prop it up against the surface.
Oh, nice. I'm propping mine up against a pile of books. Hey, you like
How's
that? You like that Giannis picture in the background though?
oh nice, good ad.
Yeah, you
You
like
like,
that?
you like that Jordan picture? My dad took that.
Well, it's covered by a lot of words right now, but
Oh,
yeah, unfortunately. Um, ooh, this is interesting. So, oh, Aaron, we had a question. Do you guys think Wendell Carter Jr. or Larry Markkinen are good buys right now?
they're cheap buys. I don't know if it's money that would be better spent somewhere else. It probably would be better spent somewhere
No.
else. But Sam's been talking a lot about the new management that's in the Bulls organization and how it will probably help these youngsters out. But so yes, it could be. Definitely. I think I heard you say good question for SlabStox, Sam. I'd
Yes, I
say
did.
I'd say it's a really good area to go. I don't know if he's in this live stream right now. Probably not. But
Probably
he's
not. I don't. I doubt he knows about it.
yeah. Sometimes he pops on.
Yeah. Um, I lost where I was at. Oh, here we go. Okay. Do you think Otani is a good investment right now? Obviously, Otani was still a good hitter last year. We haven't seen him pitch in a while. Most of the appeal is from him pitching and uh, hitting, and being good at both. Excuse me. He's definitely a post hype type of guy. I haven't looked at his prices in a little bit, but if you can get back to pitching as a number three and hitting 25 bombs and stealing double-digit bases, that's a pretty good investment right there. Somebody that will keep people interested and also all of Japan interested, which is a big draw.
Yeah. Nate, I don't know where you are in the comments right now, but I just saw one I'm going to snag really quick, and then you can just start asking us questions from here on out.
Okay.
Aaron, do you think DeAndre Ayton is a good buy right now? There was a question on Sam Dunk's Instagram post yesterday that was asking about players that we include in the newsletter, basketball newsletter, baseball newsletter, and why a lot of them are repeat players. But a lot of it has to do with mitigating risk and putting money into players we know that demand will flock to as the sports car market keeps on increasing. So this is a similar situation here with DeAndre Ayton. Yes, you could probably make money on DeAndre Ayton as the Suns progressing. Lost you for a second there. Sorry.
Yeah.
As the Suns get better and Devin Booker and gets better and Ayton, people start to want to buy. But there's probably just better other places to spend money on. Certain Giannis, certain LeBron, Trey, Luca, Tatum, other 2017 guys, Donovan Mitchell. But not to say you can't make money on Ayton. I still think that he's probably a good cheap buy right now, as is Bagley. But we still have stuff left to see from him and need to see for demand to keep on going up.
Question: Who is Jason Dominguez? Haha. Um, if for those of you that don't follow minor league baseball or international signings, Jason Dominguez is like the most highly touted international signing in forever, probably. Signed for the entire Yankees' entire budget, 5.1 million. Um, he hasn't played minor league baseball yet, and yet somebody is. I think the last time I checked, it was up to 15,000 for that green shimmer auto, which I don't know if that gets paid. Um, there's an interesting conversation to be had about how this is definitely just a Bowman Chrome green shimmer, and it's exactly like the other Bowman 98 Bowman Chrome green shimmer autos that are going to be out there in Bowman baseball product, except that this one has a first edition stamp on it. So who knows? Who knows what that's going to do to prices long term? That being said, I don't think it's a $15,000 card. If this is a $15,000 card, then its base cards are going to be well over 1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
Um, yeah.
I was just gonna say it's not going to be a $15,000 card. I know that the bidding history is a little wonky on it. So who really knows how much the Dominguez is worth that we posted about 2 nights ago? But I mean, it's still something to be said for what type of prospect he is because his stuff is going to be crazy priced, even if that one isn't going to actually, sell.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, pretty much Jason Dominguez is the Zion of baseball right now. So hyped. But it'd be if Zion went to like the Knicks and not like Wander Franco on the Rays because Jason Dominguez is going to the Yankees or is on the Yankees, not going to. All right. Thoughts on good Donruss rookie cards like Lamar Jackson or Luca?
Pretty decent spot to buy if you are a cheap budget investor. Of course, I mean Luka Donruss isn't necessarily like your dollar bin cards. I mean, you're not going to get a Donruss Luka rookie for $1. But I think even though that does have the Donruss and then the optic, how optic derives from Donruss thing going on, I think hoops is actually a pretty good cheap buy for most players and most sets. I mean, we were looking at last week at the Jason Tatum we were talking about on the live stream, and his hoops rookie was $10 non-graded, and then PSA 10s are going between $95 and $110. Think about that for Luca, for Trey, for Zion, for Ja, for any of those rookies that you like, Tyler Hero, any of those 2017, 2018, 2019 rookies. I mean, even if you liked a 2017 rookie for some reason that you want to put some money into, like Ben Simmons or Pascal Siakam. Interesting thought there is hoops rookies. I personally view the set as a better set than Donruss. I know that some other people have other opinions, and of course, mine isn't the one that the market goes off of. So hoops, good place. Donruss could also be a good place for cheap. Think about buying those cards for cheap and then grading them. Just like I mentioned with the hoops Tatum rookies, a good way to do it is to get them cheap, grade them cheap, and then you should be sitting on some nice profit, even if it's not the Prism or the Optic rookie that everyone is talking about. Those smaller, cheaper ways are sometimes really good places to go if you're on a budget too.
Um, Toledo Collectibles says Yo Moncada, meaning Yohan Moncada, going to break out. I think so. I would argue that Yohan Moncada already broke out since he had a 915 OPS last year and was good for almost 5 wins above replacement. He his walk rate went down a little bit last year from the previous year by 3%, but he's cut his strikeout rate by 6%. His isolated power went up by a bunch. He hit a career high 25 home runs, and he hit 315, 367 on base, and a 548 slugging overall. He was really good. All that was driven by a 406 batting average on balls in play, though, which was like 70 points higher than his career average. So that's unsustainable. Do not expect that again. And if that drops to his, career average level, all of a sudden this 315 hitter becomes a 250 hitter. So he will have to be able to sustain high BABIPs, which doesn't seem likely. So he already broke out. I would expect him to come back down to earth. Do you think Tom Brady pre-Panini refractors are good investment?
Yeah, I mean, I love Topps Chrome as a collector of football back from 2008 to 2015-ish. I was really into football cards back then, and Topps Chrome was the set for me, and I think it is or was for a lot of people. And I understand why 2012 Prism, 2016 Optic have been booming so much for football. I mean, it makes sense that they're the first sets of such nature, like in basketball. But as someone who do Topps Chrome football very well, it's a little, I guess, not necessarily upsetting, but I think that Topps Chrome would be a more desirable set to the overall market. But like as Nate talked about in the last YouTube video, stuff is changing. Not the old collecting ways aren't necessarily the new collecting ways or the new investing ways. So definitely, understandable why Prism and Optic are doing so well. But with that, I think that could make Topps Chrome refractors very undervalued for Tom Brady. I think I saw that 2012 Topps Chrome refractor, which is the set with Russell Wilson and Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III, was like $15 back when the 2012 Prism was like $100, which was crazy to see.
Here you go. You think hockey value will ever rise? It clearly doesn't have the worldwide appeal of soccer, right? Because it was always soccer and hockey were definitely third fiddle to everything else.
Yeah, or fourth fiddle. The thing about hockey is that not only does it struggle from not having the fan bases of the other sports, including soccer, the sheer numbers, but also it doesn't have the same the same manufacturer. It doesn't have Panini making. I mean, they have started to make cards this year again of hockey, but they're non-licensed. They don't have the logos like they don't have for baseball. They did some time ago, back in like 2013, I want to say. So there was like a couple Prism cards that were out for hockey, but current stuff, it's not like you could go and find a 2017 or something Panini licensed hockey card. If you could, I'm sure that the market would take to hockey cards much better than it is, because it's so different than basketball and baseball. Generally, people probably don't want to learn something new if it's not similar. Like with soccer, very similar. With hockey, not so much. Upper Decks creating the cards. That's not like the big point. The big point is just that it doesn't have the appeal, like Nate's saying, to like enough people to get into it. But that's just another facet. I don't know if hockey will
So
like.
I
Yep.
suppose if you had a better company like a Panini or a Topps producing it, that it might get more traction than an
I
Upper
think
Deck.
so, I think so too. And not gonna lie, I don't think the Upper Deck does a great job marketing the products either. I'm not saying that you can just take any product and market it, but I think Panini and Topps does a really, really good job with knowing their audiences and trying to target them hard. And it doesn't seem like the hockey has like that one thing that they can latch onto. Like for Topps, it's like, oh, we can target the nostalgia collector or the new kid that wants to rip some baseball packs. And then Panini's like, oh, we can target the sneaker flippers, people who want to, buy Dutch auctions. Like this morning with Mosaic, they hit a huge target group there over the past 2 years with first off the line. It doesn't feel like the Upper Deck's going an extra step to do anything like Topps made that Topps Project 2020 set, which was genius. It's
Yeah.
not like the Upper Deck is doing anything super special.
Yep. What does ALB3 asks, what does BIN stand for? BIN, buy it now. So if you ever see that on an email or something, it just stands for buy it now. OBO stands for best offer. Uh, any others? Ooh, the Bagel Master answered it for us. I should have scrolled down a little bit farther.
Good
Um,
deal.
sports card repos. Can we talk about NBA hoops values? Jumped $40 a box over this vacation.
Oh, sounds like
Dang.
what I was just talking about for.
Those were going for like $80 at Brewtown forever, and they even had like deals where they'd give you like tickets to buy, to for
Like
free boxes if you bought some.
yeah, like a raffle ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what I was talking about. It has to do with more people looking for cheaper options. I mean, eventually people get priced out of a 2018 Prism Luca rookie at 130, 140, 150 a piece. Um, but if there's hoops rookies that are $10 and boxes are $100, very much makes sense that they're now, $180. I don't know if that's exact price, but somewhere in that range.
Am I going to be kicking myself for not just buying
All the hoops
endless amounts
boxes.
of hoops retail that were all over the place?
Don't you remember when I called you one day about the giveaway or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, Nate, is there like a 2019 hoops box there?" You're like, "Yeah, no one wants hoops."
Well, I watched people rip so much hoops and it was all trash. I saw one dude pull two Trailblazers autos from like the 90s in the same box.
It was probably Clint Robinson was probably one of them. I think he signs a ton, and then Quentin Richardson was probably the other.
Yeah,
Um,
so my I was a little colored by the by what I'd seen pulled out of it. You barely saw any rookies. Never saw a Zion the entire time I was working at the shop
See,
out of hoops
the
for
thing
autos.
about
That is.
hoops, the thing about hoops is that hoops definitely has some of the nicest insert sets I've seen this year. The high voltage is ridiculous. So LeBron's up to 225 for a non-graded. The high voltage is 95, just over 600. They also have like just so many different insert sets. One of them is like zero gravity, I think it's called. That looks really good. There's a city limits, which looks awesome. I was looking at those the other day for Giannis, and like look at a zero gravity foil of LeBron. So for 178 an insert. Of course, that's LeBron, but nice stuff is just what the point is.
hmm Dude, what's going on with these prices? I was looking them up on eBay, and some of these prices are absurd. Somebody paying $80 for a holiday blaster box
For tops,
for
like
hoops.
oh, this there's holiday
You could
blaster
have
boxes.
you could have find yeah, you're seeing those at Myers for weeks on end.
It's literally like anything that's sealed
They're
and then
paying $80 for an NBA hoops regular blaster box.
Well, you know how many people say like you can't find NBA retail anywhere? That's probably why they're so expensive, which still makes no sense though, but it's
All
crazy.
right, here's one. Here's one on bids. $61 plus $10.50 shipping for a blaster box of hoops that you could have gone into any mire and pulled out all of them.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Absurd. Absurd. 80 bucks. 80 bucks for a blaster. I'm blown away. I'm blown away.
Back to the questions.
Yep, back to the questions. Any tips for submitted cards to get graded through PSA?
Send them to @ClayCards on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. He does a great job with looking over your cards, helping you out with sending them in the PSA. You have to do no paperwork. You just have to send them to Clay. And if you're gonna say, "Oh, he takes forever to respond," just know that he gets very high volume DMs, lots of emails, and he does get to them eventually. There's just so many. It's understandable for someone to not be able to respond so quickly, and it happens to us too. And there goes my lighting that I said I was testing out.
Um, One guy asked, "Do you think Tom Gugliotta is a good investment?" And I took the time to look him up because I was like, "Who the heck is that?" He is a power forward, small forward, 50 years old, that has played for Washington, WSB, whatever that stands for, Golden State, Minnesota, Phoenix, Utah, Boston, Atlanta.
Wow.
He had 2 years where he scored 20 points a game. His career PER was 15.9, which is 15 is average. I would say no, not a good investment.
I've got a
Of
question here
course,
to pick up.
I could be wrong. Yeah, what's up?
Thoughts on a BGS 9 LeBron Prism Silver? Some commentary / thoughts, please. Well, here they are. I've been looking a lot just at different nines on eBay recently. Of course, around a month and a half ago, I recorded a video explaining that PSA nines are not that bad of an investment. There's a lot of stigma over the past couple of years that nines are bad. That if I get a nine, I should crack it out because it's not worth keeping the case. Well, with the amount of demand that's coming to the hobby and the amount of people just looking to get stuff in graded cases, nines actually matter. The Luka Doncic Prism PSA 9, if you bought those things not, as PSA 9s and then held them the same length as PSA 10s, you would have made more money in the nines. Nate, you got something to add?
I was just going to say that I have noticed routinely now, it used to be PSA 9, same price as ungraded or $5 difference type of thing. And now a lot of times you're getting like a Vlad non-numbered 30 bucks, PSA 9, 45, 50 bucks.
Yeah, it's normally, that like that. Obviously, you can't always as the card gets more expensive, it's not that much of a difference. But for the cheaper cards, especially, people just want them in cases. But with that being said, BGS 9 really isn't doing that well compared to PSA 9. It's really the PSA 9s that are doing well, or I should say better than what
Oh, wait,
people
I was
were
talking about
expecting.
PSA 9. I wasn't
I
talking
know,
about BGS. Okay.
I know. I was just commenting on this guy's question here, how he said BGS 9. I was just gonna say PSA 9 is doing better. I'd say BGS 9 is probably still around that same thing that we were thinking, where it's the same as non-graded.
It's just a bad look.
Yeah, the
The
silver
the
label.
silver
Yeah,
bar.
if it's just the PSA case, it's just a 10 versus a 9 on the label. It's the exact same thing, other than that, which of course is a big value difference. But in terms of what people are wanting to buy,
Like if you're trying to display the card, you don't want to display a BGS 9.
no.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. Dynasty Collective says, "Great work, guys. Love your content. Thank you." Kate Lutz says, "What is the best hobby pack on the cheaper side?"
Like nothing now. How many hobby
Well,
packs are so expensive now?
that is true, but
Yeah,
working within the confines of what we have. Now, I haven't seen prices in a while, but soccer was always cheaper. It was always like 80 to $100 a box, but I'm sure it's not that anymore.
yeah, it's went up.
Series 1, and I'm just using Brewtown prices. Series 1 was $75 a hobby box, um, which I'm sure it's gone up, or 2020 top Series 1 for baseball. But that was a better price compared to other prices. So it's always going to be something like probably something like that. Not definitely not your Prism basketball.
I'd even say taking into consideration that stuff is more expensive now. 2019 Series 2 is probably a pretty good value buy still compared to what other stuff is.
You
Um,
know, I sit here and I ask myself, why did I spend so much money on Topps Chrome? It was the new product at the
I
National, and I
know.
wanted to rip it. But why
Yeah.
didn't I just buy Topps Series 2
Man,
or
even if he was,
Bowman Chrome or Bowman Baseball?
yeah. I mean, they're 175 to 200 now for Series 2 boxes, and
Oh, and
I guarantee.
we got those jumbos for 100.
Yeah, well, we were getting remember when it released when we did that video at Brewtown? That was like I think
Yeah,
55 a hobby box back then. Last summer in June, it's 55, 200 now. Sealed waxes went crazy. It's went absolutely nuts, and now it just is a game of who's holding longest and who's buying and selling sealed boxes. Because like
yeah,
to rip and try to get value out of it, you for sure have to use PSA now. In the past, is like PSA is a benefit. Now it's like you have to do it to even try to get back to your cost
yeah.
or hit something huge.
I admire the people that can hold on to stuff because I held on to that Topps Chrome Sapphire box for what, 2 months?
Yeah.
And then I just couldn't do it anymore and opened it up. And and it hadn't changed, it had gone up by like $20. And then in like the month and a half since I opened it up, it's gone up to like a $450 box.
Yikes, man. Yikes.
Yeah. Oh well.
Um, got a question here. Thoughts on Kendrick Nunn? To hear thoughts on Kendrick Nunn, go to YouTube and check out our most recent Sam Dunks from SlabStox Sam. He broke down the end of the first round and then the remaining second round players that you should be checking out from the 2019 draft or 2019 rookie class. And Kendrick Nunn lands in there, and he has some really good advice on Kendrick Nunn and among other players. So definitely go check that out.
Oh, Cage Lawyer is appreciative of your lighting.
I saw that. It's funny, Cage.
A lot of people join it. Who are the soccer guys to collect? We'll let you answer that. Ask Aaron that again in a couple of weeks. How's that?
Yeah, yep. Definitely will have more soccer stuff on the way.
Yeah. Are the Prism finalists insert goodbyes?
I'd
I'm sure
say
he's talking.
I think he's talking 2012 and 2019. I don't know if there was finalist inserts from years of 2017, 2018. I can't really recall, but 2012 was the first year of the finalist inserts. It's got one of the Larry O'Brien trophies behind the players, really cool looking cards. I think insert sets from 2012 vastly undervalued compared to the base set and are good buys. So that would be the finalists as well as the USA as well as the MVP inserts. As for 2019, it was pretty shocking the other day. Nate and I were talking, and I knew this from before, but Nate brought up that the 2019 LeBron finalist silver in the Cavs jersey as a PSA 10 is now $400. They were around $500 for the past couple months too, but just kind of crazy. Normally, insert sets from Prism really don't sell that well in recent years. Like the hyped inserts don't sell that well. Like the whatever, all those different insert sets just don't sell very well. But the finalists seem to sell super well in the silvers. I think that there's a Kobe finalist silver from 2019 also that I'm sure sells well, but it probably just has to do with big moments in these guys' careers and people like them because of that. So yeah, the finalist inserts are good cards for sure.
Drew says we forgot about him and left him in the desert.
You must have missed that. I don't know. I wasn't in yet, and he must have said hi, and then you didn't say anything.
Ah, my bad, Drew. Oops. Hey, Drew. That's on me. Um, Breakout year for Jan Makai. We answered that earlier. Toledo, if you didn't hear it, you can rewatch this later. Um, for basketball, what would you say is the best $200 investment right now?
Oh gosh, I don't really want to point people to one card, and I'd recommend going to slabstox.com, putting in the newsletter, your email into the newsletter sign up, and then receiving that. And there's many $200 card buys that we recommend for you to buy. Better to not point everyone to one card.
Yeah. Do you think Peyton Manning prices will rise?
I think that I've heard that they've been going up a tad. It might be along one of those next cards that the dude's done playing and people start to buy them like crazy. But no
Yeah.
reason other than people just want
Um,
more of his cards.
2012, he was in a Broncos jersey, right?
So for 2012 Prism, he is in Broncos jersey. His first Colts Prism card was in 2016 after he retired. And then he also has like 2010 Topps Chrome is his Colts Topps Chrome card. And some before that too, of course. Isn't he playing in like a Tom Brady, Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods thing? Golf
Yeah,
tournament thing? When is
yeah,
that?
golf tournament.
Is that
I have
soon?
no idea. Yeah,
I
I
thought
think
that was
so.
in like within the next 2 weeks. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would agree. Aaron, we are at 30 minutes here. Do you wanna
Just rip out a
uh
couple more.
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I'll just give you the mic and you just do your thing.
Well, you can ask me some questions too.
All right. What about Shea? Good investment?
Yeah, you'll see plenty of Shea in the newsletter if you get that. There's actually two Shea cards in there.
Sylvia, assuming this is soccer, what happened to him?
Yeah,
Madrid had him at 16 and he just disappeared.
if he disappeared, he's gone. I have no idea.
Um, Went back. Okay, I have a 2017 Jason Tatum Select Bronze courtside out of 49, BGS 10, but I have no idea what to price it at. Any help?
I saw that comment earlier, and I should have already had this pulled up, but let me see. So the last PSA 10 sold on April 19th. I think it was around, let me confirm. Um, there we go. $675 for PSA 10 of that card. I think BGS 10, I would say, is around 2 times that of PSA 10 or a little bit less. So I say it's pretty safe to say like 13 to 1400 to $1,500, somewhere in that range, 12 to 1500.
Suppose it depends on the market.
Depends on the market, depends on the card too. Not every card has the same rule.
Yeah, basketball's just a little bit hotter. Like I don't think you get the same price for baseball, but I could be wrong.
Geez, I've been
Um,
getting this pause here from some low battery in the phone. But really quick
oh
on
yeah,
this,
I got low battery too. So
yeah, really quick, just to I guess end this off here. I just was scrolling through the comments and I see a ton of questions about soccer and whatnot, different things about the market, different things about players. Uh, Stay tuned for that. I got to work through some things, but pretty soon here there should be some soccer content on the way. So don't worry, I'll get to that eventually. But just need PSA to grade a submission quick so I can sell it before doing that.
oh
Uh,
my goodness, there's a lot of comments in here.
yeah, it's been getting overload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry guys if we did not get to your comments. Uh, we just don't have enough time. Only 30 minutes. We don't have enough time to get all to everything.
Also, I'll say this: AC cards respond to someone else's comment. Thank you very much for doing that. He gave some good info on one of the soccer questions. If you guys see any questions in the comments that you think you can respond to, please do that. It helps us a lot, especially when we're on a 30-minute time window for live streams, and then we can get to more questions. Or at least if we don't get to the question, you can see it in the type because we won't really know if someone responded until the end. But thank you for doing
Yeah.
that, AC cards. It helps a lot when you guys do that.
Yeah. If you guys have any ideas on or know the answers to any of these questions, by all means, answer them, and
Mhm.
we will. We can all answer everyone's questions together. This gives everyone a good platform to answer questions and ask questions, and it doesn't have to just be us answering them.
For sure. Totally agree.
All right. Thanks, guys, for joining in, and we will see you again next week.